from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home. And I start with that song because when they asked me to speak and say a few words about Louise Langdon Little, I didn't feel qualified. I said there should be somebody in La Digue, Grenada, that speaks on behalf of Mama Louise Langdon Little. See, when we're back in Baltimore or in New York or doing our Zooms and your voice is not there, sure, I'll tell you what I know about this mama, but when we go back to Grenada, I want to be a student. I want to sit at the feet of her lineage, direct bloodline that's still there, those that are safeguarding this knowledge. But then I remembered that she understood the fear of what it means to be a black woman living in the context of a white world, afraid that her children won't make it. I understood, and I reminded myself that she understood what it meant to have the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, surround her house where her husband had been killed and have to stand toe-to-toe with them, just like my mother and my grandmother and my grandmother's grandmother. You see, Mama Louise Langdon Little is unique because she is all of our mother. She is our Pan-African mother of the entire diaspora. She can relate to us all. She lived all of our experiences. And so when I stand here today to read the statement from a president, you see, we have a Pan-African family, a global African family, and they agree that Mama Louise Langdon Little is their mother too. So though they can't be here in person, they sent their words to let you know that global Africa sees you, Grenada. This land of spice is spicy. Mama Louise Langdon Little was the allspice. When you say you're going to UK and you're going to the US looking for greener pastures, you're going to these places for your better education because you came from humble beginnings. A girl like me from Baltimore with dilapidated buildings all around, I come to this land and I see abundance. I see rich greatness. I see the mango trees and the nutmeg. She didn't come from humble beginnings. It was because she was from this soil of abundance that it didn't matter that they surrounded her house. She knew who she was, a daughter from this soil. It was in her blood. And that bloodline runs through you. And because she lent her time with us in Grand Rapids, Michigan, in Omaha, Nebraska, we get to call her our mother too. And we'll take her stories with us into Uganda and Tanzania and Gambia and Liberia. We will share your stories. And this monument, this living monument that we are building to her is not a building. It's these trees that stand tall. It's this soil. The monument is already here. It's in your faces. And I see it. I see the pride here in Grenada. I'm going to read a statement on behalf of President Bobi Wine out of Uganda. And it wouldn't be appropriate for me to do that without asking for some audience participation. So when I say people, you say power. People. People. When I say people, you say power. People. People. Because our struggle continues. You see, here in Grenada, you're black every day. You see black newscasters. You see black presidents, black ministers of tourism and culture. So you sometimes forget in this bubble, in this abundance, in this island of spice, that we are still at war with Eurocentric values that cloud our mind and judgment, that live inside our heart. So this monument, this sacred ground is a blessing because it will be that reminder of our connection to each other. And so I'm proud to say these words on behalf of President Bobi Wine. He said that in 1964, Malcolm made 2 trips to Africa. He met African leaders, including Egypt's Nasser, Tanzania's Julius Nyerere, Kenya's Jomo Kenyatta, Uganda's Obote, Ghana's Nkrumah, Nigeria's Azikiwe, Guinea's Sekou Touré. Malcolm did that. Malcolm was so inspired by the Organization of African Unity that he launched the Organization of Afro-American Unity, the OAAU, in New York. And tomorrow's his birthday, May 19th, 1925. 100 years later, his mission is still alive and well in you. That he wanted to unite the Black diaspora beyond our geographical boundaries and the illusions of our divisions. Before Malcolm X could realize this vision, he was taken from us. But I was so glad to hear one of the speakers say that he lives on. A seed that planted, rooted, and grounded with the water. I shall not be moved. Uganda's National Unity Platform stands in support with you. They are here today to support your story's continuity across the African continent. My name is Kim Poole, and on behalf of the Teaching Artists Institute in 9 countries, 7 of which are on the continent of Africa, we pledge to take your spices, to build the real relationships of exchange, to erect the star line of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, to build these connections so that American Airlines is not the only flight once a day that flies onto that ramp that Maurice Bishop's legacy built for us. We pledge today to not see this monument as history that we remember, but as a reminder of our mission today. Again, my name is Kim Poole, and I too am a daughter of Mama Louise Langdon Little. Thank you for allowing me to grace this sacred ground.